for as long as your provisional licence is valid. So I think your provisional licence would still have an end date on it.
Yeah, I've got a 10-year one.
Yeah. So you know, if 9 years and 350 whatever days you were still having someone sat next to you in that capacity, that would be fine. There's nothing illegal about that.
So if that's the case, just between you and me now.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the case then. Why is there any point ever paying to pass the test?
Because people have not always got the option to be able to have that person sat next to them, have they?
Oh,
so
of course,
some people absolutely do. But you know, I couldn't drive to work and back every day
and have someone with you all the time.
Somebody in the car. Yeah, does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. But at the end of the day, let me give you a different scenario. Let's say the person's disabled. Okay, but they're physically disabled, but they can still drive a vehicle. As you know, I don't know if you. Well, I don't want to go into things and after that, but let's just say that they're disabled, but they're allowed to legally drive a vehicle, right? They would technically have someone with them all the time because they'd have a carer. And if that person had a full driving license,
the carer had a full driving license,
then and as long as everyone was insured.
Yeah, and I would say with a disability, that person would need to fully understand. You know, there's so many different disabilities, some of which are visible, some of which aren't. That person with a disability would fully need to understand their own rules and regulations around driving, because there are different ones for different people. Some people are on medication. There's all sorts of different scenarios where that person would need to ensure that they knew what their own
as long as they I mean, if the person was just physically disabled, as long as they weren't blind, then it should be fine, shouldn't it? Because at the end of the day,
and that person has a full license.
And if well, you mean the person who's caring for them? You mean?
No, the person with the disability, potentially, because the car would need to be adapted.
No, but hold on. You don't always have to drive an adapted car if you're disabled. What I mean is, it's still technically possible for somebody disabled to have a provisional. I mean, you can ask him. I mean, you can ask the sergeant again if you want.
So long as the disabled driver had a provisional license, and it had been agreed that person could learn to drive.
That was fit to drive.
I mean, had a full license.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. Well, can you see this? This could be a little bit of a loophole, couldn't it?
Like I say, I think if you had a disability and you were going to drive, so long as you knew that you were...
No, I wasn't talking about that.
From the GP.
Actually, I wasn't really talking about that being a loophole. I was talking about just in general, just being ably bodied and not have a disability and all that.
The thing that is where proper lessons come in, is that they teach you the highway code and the things that perhaps the responsible person sat next to you wouldn't be so fresh on.
No, I understand that.
Which is where, you know, lessons are obviously an advantage.
But technically, under the law, legally, I mean, it wouldn't apply. That is irrelevant, really. So what I'm trying to say is that whoever's thought of the rules has overlooked this one.
Yeah.
So it's quite a good. I mean, I don't want to blow my own trumpet here, but I think I've been quite clever on this one. That's how I feel. I felt very clever this morning. But well, thank you for your help. And as I said, I will be filling in that form. I'll put your badge number.
Shall we give you the reference number of the report that I
yeah, please. Yeah.
Yeah, it's 356.
Yep.
And then today's date, which is the 18th of the 12th.
2025.
Correct.
Yep. Okay, Merry Christmas and
to you, Peter. You take care of yourself. Drive safely.
And well, that's if I ever do get in that bloody car, you know, because anyway. But I just wanted to know legally where I stood.
Sure.
But as I said, can I just?
The DVLA website is the other place that can help
but
you.
can I just say, out of all the police forces in the United Kingdom that I phoned today, you're the only one who has been professional and not given her opinion.
Thank you.
I know, and you should seriously take that on board. That you know that you really are. Out of all those people I've spoken to today, it's quite sad that you're the only one that could actually be professional. So your colleagues are letting you down.
Your queries are important.
Yeah, but what I mean is your colleagues, especially in support, because they're not police officers, are they? The people who answer the phones.
No. Most of the people who answer the phone are staff rather than
right.
Officers,
Well, they're letting you down as a fellow colleague, and they're letting down the rest of the police force.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry you had that experience.
Well, don't worry. I'll be complaining about every single one. So every single one is going to get a formal complaint from me. and they're gonna. I'm going to cause a lot of work for a lot of police forces next month, because I'm soon most of them will go on holiday now. But next month I'm going to have how many police forces are there? I must have rang about 20.
Yeah, there's quite a few across. I can't think what the full amount is, but there are quite a few. Obviously, each county tends to have its own force.
Yeah, oh, really? Oh, wow. So, yeah, because you just speak into the phone, you just say the area you want, and then it says we're connecting you to...
It puts you through,
to whoever, so it's amazing, really, that you can do that now. It's not good for this kind of thing, because it means people like me are going to make test calls. So it's not good for the staff, is it?
We need to make the police force and calling them as accessible to as many people as we possibly can.
Yeah.
And sometimes people live on the borders, which means, where calls go through, you can
but can I just say something? When you have a bad experience speaking to one of your colleagues, like if you call up for not an emergency, but let's say you go calling up to report something, and that person on the phone gives her opinion, doesn't want to take the call, is disruptive, then that means that person goes away and they tell other people. That's the experience I had when I called the police. Hang on, and then when a real crime happens, like in front of your eyes, like happening there and then, you think, well, what's the point in calling 999? They're not going to come. They're not going to take you seriously, and that's unfortunately what's been happening.
That's not what we want. We want people to always have the confidence and to call us when they need us.
But if you've got staff who aren't doing their jobs properly, then that is bringing down the whole service. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Thank you for your help.
I'm going to let you go, Peter.
Yeah, I'll let you go.
Have a nice Christmas.
Yeah, you
too.
too.
Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you very much.
Take care.
Bye.
No worries. Bye. Bye.